Hey there, superstars. Welcome to Soulfully Illumined. In this video, we're going over the full moon in Leo that's coming up. If you're a regular watcher, you may have noticed that I didn't post a new moon in Aquarius video. I was just going through some stuff and I had actually filmed it twice and I still wasn't satisfied, and I just felt like going within. That's kind of where I needed to be. So if you wanted videos, I'm sure you found some wonderful videos from some wonderful YouTubers out there, and I trust that you got the messages that you needed. So we're moving forward, but let's just start with that new moon in Aquarius, because it all just kind of feeds into each other, blends into each other to create, the magic that it's meant to create within us. So that new moon in Aquarius was very, the energies were very expansive. As much as some of those planets were still in retrograde, it was a time of, I'm hearing awakening. It was a time of expansion, greater awareness, and a lot of downloads coming through. And with that awareness, we're now being taken into this full moon in Leo. And the full moon in Leo, I'm really seeing that lion. And we're going down into, we're using that expansive energy of Aquarius and just opening us up in a greater internal blueprint? No, it's not blueprint. Landscape. It's opening up the internal landscape further and strengthening the foundation of our core. How so? Well, we're having a lot of heart activations through that full moon, even now, through that Aquarian energy that we're still in and moving into that Leo moon. It's like this greater heart expansion, but also a lot of wisdom that's really grounding into our physical body and into our awareness. And so there's this merging that's happening with the third eye and the physical eyes. So you may feel some pressure in the head, like headaches or eye blurriness and then clearing up. Pressure in the head, even some sinus stuff going on. But there's a merging that's happening between the third eye and the visual eyes. I was going to say eyeballs. And so you may find that your vision is changing. Obviously, see a healthcare practitioner if you are alarmed or feel called to. But it's like our landscape is changing. And so allowing this to transpire, and it's a result of the heart, because the way that I'm seeing it is, it's like the third eye connecting to the eyes, which is both connecting to the heart chakra. And so it's like, it's the energy surge that's opening up the heart and allowing the clearing and the merging of the third eye and the physical eyes. So your eyesight might be changing as a result of all of this. Your vision of your reality, your vision of yourself, the vision of where you are to go and to move. So that's very, very powerful and empowering on so many different levels. Another aspect of this that they're showing me is it's creating a greater foundation in your reality by really strengthening the inner core of who you are. So by way of that, because we know it's a full moon, right? And with the full moon, as we expand out, what's illuminating are those things that may be in our way. So don't be discouraged by this moon, because it's just going to show you what's in your way from really busting out of your own limitations, your own limiting beliefs about yourself. Now, the bottom of the deck of the 3 piles that we have here are blessings, and you can see that full moon behind her. And this isn't so much a time of action, although you may start to feel the pressure building. But it's a time of really seeking that clarity within, going within and allowing the energies to show you who you are. You know, like with this card, I kind of see like the Lion King. Instead of this woman, I see like the lion just like coming out and just kind of looking up from, you know, in front of that moon. And so you're really being encouraged, we all are, to really just sit in our royal presence and really just be with the energies as it shifts and changes and molds our quantum world within us and around us. But you'll start to feel the fire, whether it's as a result of this moon, during the moon, or, you know, like I said, after. The momentum will start to build. So be patient with yourself during this process, because a lion, my friend, is regal. They move to the sound of their own drum. They're present, they pay attention, and they know their worth. And they have the strength and the courage to believe in it and to follow it. It is their instinct. And I feel like that word is really important, instinct, because we went from an air element of Aquarius, right, of the mind, now into the heart. And that's where the heart really flies and takes off, you know, and just really allowing our instincts to take hold. And it's only truly when we're in that moment, in the present moment, where we can just put aside the thought and allow that courage and that heart to just move us forward. I don't know, guys, but it really feels like an important time for us, and a time for just allowing the energies to lift us up. So it's a great time to receive during this full moon, and a great time to let go of all of that stuff that's just been holding us back. So do allow it to be shown to you. Not submerge you. Show it to you. So you can then let it go for good. All right. Now, wow, as I said that last word, I looked at the timer and it was 8:28. So it's like the balance of the 8s, and then the 2 pillars of the 2 being having that strong foundation and base in balance, right? All right, so we have 3 piles here for this pick a card aspect of this video. We have card 1, which is, or pile 1, which is the green calcite crystal, pile 2, which is the rose quartz, and then we have pile 3, which is the cornelian crystal. So go ahead and feel into these piles, and I will see you at your pile. Hey there, pile 1. If you picked the green calcite crystal, this reading is for you for this full moon in Leo that is coming up. So let's see how the energies are impacting you. Wow. Okay. We've got new beginnings, my friends. Wonderful. So I'm really being pulled into the green. And I feel like with you, there's big heart awakenings, big heart expansions, big it's heart transformation. There's a shift, there's activations that are happening through your heart chakra. That's actually going to give you a lot of information and clarity about, I'm hearing, your next steps, about the things that truly inspire you, the things that give you clarity. It's an opening that's happening as a result of this full moon for you, Pile 1. And this opening is to a whole new beginning, is what I'm getting. A whole new way of seeing your world. And also different ways to bring forth emotional fulfillment. Different ways that really fill you up. You're entering a whole different world that is quite different from the one that you led, the last chapter that you led, Pile 1. And the energies are really just opening up your awareness to what can be. So you're being asked to just kind of keep walking and step through the doorway, Pile 1, because on the other side, you may not see it right now, Pile 1, because it's a result of this full moon that's going to really just open up. You're in this gateway. That's what it feels like. It's a gateway. And as you continue to walk forward, you're going to start to see things showing up, starting to see things emerge into your reality. So don't be discouraged if you feel like things are barren where you are now, because your new beginning is starting. Just keep walking. Pile 1, there may be some emotions that may pop up during this full moon. And it may be in the form of like frustrations or just sadness, or like your shadow. There's emotions from your shadow side that may be coming up during this full moon. And it's just coming up for you to see it and to clear it, because it's preventing you from seeing your new beginning. It's preventing you from really just being in your new beginning. And so it's just there for you to take note of, and so you can just see it and neutralize it, if that makes sense. You're being asked to take it step by step, Pile 1, because you may not know what your next steps are. You know, if you're a planner and you like to know and you don't like surprises and you like to plan like a couple steps ahead, they're saying just stay present and focus on the next step. That's it. Because the rest will be kind of done for you along the way. All you have to do is just keep walking. But you'll find that you'll be drawn. Pay attention to your heart, because you're going to find that you're going to be drawn to certain things if you're really connecting to your heart. All right? And I feel like that's kind of where the heart activations are going to really just be important. There's something about the heart here where the heart will just light up. It'll just be like this beacon for you. It'll be like, do I go this way? Well, the heart's kind of clenched. Do I go this way? Well, the heart's a little bit open. Do I go this way? Well, it's kind of unmistakable, because it's just like my heart's just like lighting up. So it'll be a lot more clear than it ever was before. Although know this, you may not know, you may not see the results right away, okay? This time for you, Pile 1, is about trusting your heart. It's about building that connection, this more solid connection with your heart. It knows the way, you know the way. Your mind just doesn't know the way. So we're going to go into the Energy Oracle deck, Pile 1, and to see if we can get some further information for you. We have the Temple Path sticking out. All right, Spirit, for Pile 1, what else would you like them to know about this full moon? Thank you. I'm going to just stop there for a sec. Okay, Pile 1, so check this out. You may have some contracts This could be a literal meaning. Some contracts that may be popping up during this time for you, and you may not know what you're doing. Let me rephrase that. You may not feel or think you know what you're doing, but you do, because it's almost like things are being worked out for you. Proper people will show up when you need them. For example, lawyers, accountants, whoever you need, they will show up when you need them. All right? It's just, it's something about having faith in the process of what's transpiring right now, because things are balancing out for you, pile one, accountability. And for some of you, there's certain things that you've been taking more weight on. There's certain things, okay. So there's certain things, pile one, that you've been like carrying the load a lot more than you should, or that you need to. I shouldn't say should, need to. That's being balanced out. The proper people are coming into play to take some burden off of you and to really just create the balance that you need in your world. The question is, are you going to allow it? Because there's an aspect of your shadow that really wants to take the accountability, that really wants to take the weight and the responsibility. There's something in that you have to look into. Not have to, but you may want to look into, because it's preventing you from moving forward. All right? And I'm being drawn to the books. Further learning may be required. You'll know. But also at the same time, pile one, for some of you, you've been doing too much work, too much learning, too much of the books, and feeling like, well, it could be because you're feeling like you have to, or that you're not ready. What I'm getting from these cards is that you are ready. You are ready. And underneath that, you are ready. Spirit has your back. And like I said, look at that. You are ready. All that light, you are ready. Look at all that light, right? Like, isn't that crazy? It's a matter of trusting the process for you. It's a matter of trusting the process, pile one. And if you don't feel ready and the thought of moving forward, pile one, for you makes you cringe or makes you lock up, it's okay. You're ready for that moment. Meaning that that's where you are and that's okay. But there's something like there's education, or there's something at work, there's responsibilities, things that you put on your plate that you feel like you've needed to. There's a piece there in that shadow element that will pop up for you to be healed, okay? So you can really be the leader of your life and take accountability for your life. Okay. And it may have to do with other people, other relationships, with that 6. So, appreciation. So, pile one, with the appreciation card, with the appreciation card for you, pile one, it feels like what's coming through, the energies, it's like the energies are opening you up to your surroundings as well, to really see the things that you have in your world, and to open up your eyes, to lift up your head and open up to the world around you, where you may have seen maybe, you know, it's hard when you've gone through a lot. It's hard, you become a little jaded, right? And so it's like the energies flowing in for you are helping you to look up and to really be in your heart, to really see the gratitude, see the wonderful things that are in your world. You see, that's shifting for you. Pile 1. It's like your thought processes are shifting as a result of this activation of your heart. It's opening you up to seeing different things in a whole new way, in a whole new light. Pile 1. Make sure you take time to breathe, I'm hearing, but also to rest if you need it. There may be moments of emotional purges for you, Pile 1, because you may still be releasing some of the old from you, some old grievances, some old hurt and pain, and seeing the lack in your world. But they're asking you to turn around and see all the good that does reside around you. Because by turning around, it's going to help you to move forward and move into more luscious environments. All right? Because you may have felt like you've been in a desert for a while. It's going to help you to shift and help you to maintain your alignment. Appreciation is key for you, Pile 1. That's an Abraham Hicks quote. Appreciation is key. The thinking man. And then we have the sun with the bottom of the deck. Yes, you are awakening. And that's, to me, like that's a Leo card. Pile 1, you're opening up to the sun. You're opening up to greater awareness, greater heights. Your energy level will start to increase after this full moon. This full moon, though, is there to give you greater awareness about your environment and seeing it in a whole different way, in a whole different light, in a way that truly supports you, or also on the contrary, the ways that you've been living that have not filled your cup, that have not been supportive for you, that have given you greater, that have given you doubt about yourself and about your world. And part of it, my friends, has to do with your shadow element, and part of it has to do with your thoughts. But it's the energies for this full moon are helping you to become greater aligned to who you are. You may be called or feel resonant towards crystals such as the rose, I said the rose quartz, maybe it is the rose quartz. The rose quartz, the clear quartz, or the green calcite. I feel like those stones will be really favorable for you just to really help you align and clear out, I'm hearing, the clutter. Pile 1, that's the other thing for you, the clutter. It's time. You may feel like you need to clear out the clutter at this point. It is highly advised for you to clear out any clutter. As you see these things coming up, it's recommended that you clear it out right away, such as your home, such as some of the noise, maybe some of the books that no longer apply to you. You know, you can always find that stuff online anyway, if you need it. But it's like you're being called. Like, it's really interesting how she's holding, like, you know, the scales, and he's holding the crystal. And you have the feminine and the masculine, and it's the masculine holding the crystal, and yet it's the feminine holding the scales. It's, I don't know, what I'm trying to say here is it's like you're moving into a different way of being, Pile 1. That's not about the mind. It's about following your instincts. It's following your intuition. It's following what feels good to you. And this time for the full moon is really going to amplify that. It's going to give you wisdom and understanding about your past as well as your present, and help you to move into your future. Look how many ones you've got. You got the 6 plus the 5, which is the 1, 1, 1, plus the 4 and the 6, which is the 10, okay, plus the 1, which is the 11. You got a bunch of ones, my friend. Take time to rest during the full moon and allow those energies to seep into you, Pile 1. And if you can, take that time alone during that full moon and see what comes up for you and see what wants to come through you. Because there's great wisdom that's coming in through this moon that's really going to bring in blessings for you. Truly. So I'm going to end this reading with the Ascendant Masters Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. For some final messages, Spirit, for Pile 1, please. We're taking 2. We're going to take that one. Purification. That feels about right. That would have been the right word for it. Yes. Pile 1, a purification, and it's a purification of the heart. Allow yourself to be moved by it. Allow yourself to just be in it as you move forward, because it's really helping you to ground into your truth, into who you are and who you're moving into. Okay, because more of your higher self is intermingling, is downloading into your human self. And the last card, Trust, Vishnu. And we have a lot of water here with you, Pile 1. And with that, I feel like the emotions are going to be coming up, and it may be in the form of frustration, sadness, regret, things popping up for you, and it's okay. It's coming up to be released. And so rising above it, seeing it, and allowing yourself to move through it is key. Because there are waters being cleansed within you, so you can really have the right waters, the more supportive waters, emotions, intuitive hits, support around you that's really going to bring forth. That nearly fell, but it didn't. Really bring forth your divine presence. All right, Pile 1, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Do give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Have a great full moon. Bye. Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome. If you picked the rose quartz crystal, this reading is for you for this full moon in Leo. So, first card that pulled out for you was grieving. Interesting. Pile 1 got butterflies too. Yes, and it does feel like a transformation. The energies coming in for this full moon for you, Pile 2, is very transformative. Transformative in a way that it's really just softening your approach to life. It's opening up like, the energies are softening your approach to life and the way that you're moving through the world. There's some areas, if you feel like you're already moving through the world pretty softly, there's some areas within you, and it would be your lower chakras, that are still really rigid, that are still really like constricted. And I would say it would be predominantly your sacral chakra as well as your root chakra, Pile 2. So you may find during this full moon that that's going to be amplified for you. And that could be physically in the sense of your body's tight, your pelvis is tight, even like your hamstrings are tight, or you may feel some bloating through the belly. And it's because the energies are just being transmuted down there and they're being released. It's just softening up to be healed. Now, as a result of that emotionally, yes, I'm feeling grief, I'm feeling sorrow, maybe coming through, some sadness maybe coming through. And it may be because of the way that life has been for you. It hasn't been quite the ride that you've been wanting. Or certain things over the years, or sorry, certain things in the last year or so have happened. Passings of people that have been near and dear to you, or just regardless of what it is, pile 2, I may be coming up for you to just look at and to address and to be at one with for a little while. You know, it's certain things that have been pushed down for a very long time, and it's requiring softness. You know, they're saying choose faith, because with faith, it helps you to rise up. When we have hope and when we have faith that everything is designed in a specific way, that ultimately we did not come down here to suffer. We came down here for the purpose of joy and creation. We can then move into a state of greater clarity, of blessings, of understandings. And so you may not feel it well, actually, I'm even getting it through this full moon, but there's an opening that's being created for you to allow you to really see it, let it go, and open yourself up to greater awareness. Yes, I know, pile 2, I said it already, but I'm saying it again. Because it's really it's grounding you into physical reality, to be able to see things in a different light. I'm being drawn to the green and the heart chakra, because it's almost though like you've been in the shadow, and you may still be in the shadow, pile 2, and that's okay. You know, we have to work through the light and the dark, and so you may be in the dark or the shadow element, but you're moving into the light. And in order to move into the light, there's still things that you need to let go of. And it's as though you've been hard for a long time, pile 2. You've been rigid, you've been straight lining it, you've been doing things in a specific way. But that's led to more darkness. It's led to more disappointment. And so you're being taken to a newer way, a newer approach to living your life. But in order to move forward, we have to close the door to the past. There's a window for you, pile 2. If you look up and you look around you during the full moon, there's a window for you. You're being asked to follow the light now. You're being asked to look up and follow the light. And by that I mean follow the things that light you up. Follow the things that light your heart up. Follow the things that make you want to dance and move. Because it's like you've been stuck for a long time, or you've been stuck for longer than you should. And it's time for you to move. So whether that's just walking outside in nature, or that could be walking, like if you're in somewhere cold like I am, bundle up and walk outside, or walk in a mall, or, it's something about getting outside of your box and moving. And that's going to really help to dissipate that energy and help to bring in more of that healing vibe that's coming forth for you. The mind, pile 2, will shift as a result of that. All right, so if you find that you're really stuck in your head, pile 2, get outside, get moving, get back into your body. Okay? So, and be gentle with yourself. I'm hearing compassion and gentleness and softness, and give yourself that self-love that you really are craving. Okay, so for pile 2, we're going into the Energy Oracle deck for further messages. Spirit, for pile 2, please, further messages for this full moon. Wow. Angel of Love. What a contrast. What a contrast between the cards, and then even that rose quartz matches that Angel of Love for you. Pile 2. Okay. Yeah, okay. So pile 2, the energies right here really asking you to look up, look around you. There's an aspect of your inner child that may pop up during the full moon, and that's to be healed. That's to be, not, it's to be connected with is the right word. There's a part of your inner child that wants to come out into the softness, that wants to come out and play. But it can't when you're in the shadow, or when you're in the darkness, or when you're in your thoughts. And it's through that inner child, pile 2, that's really going to help light you up and really give you that nourishment that's going to help you to move forward. And also to help you see your light, pile 2. You may be drawn to sing during this full moon or during this period. Sing, pile 2. You have power that wants to come through your voice. There's power that wants to be, I don't know, it's coming out through your voice. That's like emerging from the root, and then it just kind of comes out. And not only through your throat, it comes out through your entire body. Pile 2. So it's like, and it's going to really fill you up. It's going to be emotionally fulfilling for you. Because it's like you've been, I don't know if barren is the right word, but it's like almost like lacking. Life's been lacking luster to some degree. You've been feeling some emptiness, maybe that's the better word, within you, pile 2. And it's like that inner child of yours, that lion, like that cub, that Simba, wants to come out and be mischievous and play in the world. It's that yellow, it's that solar plexus even energy that wants to come up. So you're being asked to be light about it. You're being asked to move forward and be light. And there will be connections. Friends, it could be friends, it could be family members, but there are connections around you that are there to support you, pile 2. And this could be also be your soul tribe. These are just people around you that are there to help you to stay connected and helping you to feel empowered. Okay, you'll know the difference, the ones that bring you down and the ones that lift you up, pile 2. And so don't be afraid to ask for help. Connect with them, because it's almost like through that connection, it's going to lift you higher and help source to connect with you more deeply, I should say. With the financial constraints card, pile 2, not everything is as it seems. Ultimately, this is an illusion, isn't it? And so with that being said, you're being asked to see the world with fresh new eyes and see the different webs that you've created in your life, meaning different circumstances, different, whether it's groups of friends in your life that you've created, or different job opportunities, basically just different things that you've put into your life that you've built. What is filling you up? What is taking away from you? What is lighting you up? What is bringing you down? And by seeing that, by opening up to that, because the energies will be showing you that, it's going to help you to restructure your foundation and really just support you, lift you up, so you can start to really feel the love and recognize who you are. And also shift that brain, okay? Because we were talking about the brain earlier. It's going to help you to shift the brain. Now, with the man holding a heart card, it's as though you have to give yourself that support, pile 2. It's like you've been using the mind to really navigate the world. And yeah, you know what? It may have worked for certain things, but you're moving into a time where you'll find that the mind and what the mind wants isn't as fulfilling as the heart. I notice how he's like holding the heart, but he looks so miserable. Like, why does he look so miserable? You're holding a heart. But anyway, what I'm getting here is that it's just a whole different way of being. You're ending an old cycle, pile 2, and with that comes new beginnings. And for you, the new beginnings is doing things in a different way, in a way that supports you, in a way that just lifts you up. And so what's going to happen is, it's like you're being asked to acknowledge the things that do lift you up and really just hold them in recognition. Hold them with the care and the love. And as you do that, more of that comes in. But letting go of the things that have given you grief and grievances. Like I said, there's a doorway that's open for you, or a window that's open for you, to allow you to see the light, to allow you to see things that need to transform in your reality. And this is truly about your will, pile 2. You're going to be feeling more of that strength, more of that solar plexus will energy to make the transitions and the transformations in your world needed to fully support you. Okay? So we're going to end with the Ascended Masters Oracle deck for some final guidance for you, pile 2. Final cards for pile 2. Energy healing with Merlin. Drink more water. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Pile 2. Definitely energy healing. Like, it's a pretty blatant card for me. And energy healing within you that's happening as a result of that full moon. But also as a result of that full moon, you're then taking control of your own life. There's huge lower chakra transmutation that's happening, transitions, transformations that's happening, but that solar plexus is really lighting up for you, and it's giving you the strength and the courage to make changes that you want to make. This has been destined, meaning this is a fateful time for you, pile 2, where this is going to happen. So if you feel, pile 2, that why hasn't this happened yet? Oh my gosh, I have so many regrets, or, you know, I'm mourning this and that. Hey, feel it, honor it. But I want you to understand that this has been divinely guided. This has been I don't know, this is like, it's almost like it's been planned and written this way for a reason, and we don't always know where the energies are going to flow. We don't always know why certain things happen and why things move in the direction that it moves, but it's almost like you will. Give yourself time to transform and shift and flow with the way that the energies are taking you. And you may have those moments of emotions going up and down, and it's okay. It's part of the stream, it's part of the waves, it's part of your release as you take control of your life. You're going to be seeing things you may not now at this full moon period, pile 2, but it may come later, where your eyes are going to open and you're going to start to see things a lot more clearly. But also, I'm getting through this full moon, you may have situations where you will see them clearly, meaning that you may get another's perspective on a situation. So be open and receptive, because you may get answers or see a different perspective through a conversation, through a situation that you may not have seen before, and that will open your eyes and give you greater revelations and greater clarities and different knowings, better knowings of what you want and how you want to move forward into your life or into this next step and phase of your life. It may be a little heavy for you at moments, pile 2, but you got this. So give yourself that time and space and that self-love to move through it. Know that your guides and the angels are with you as you move through this, because there may be some intense moments, but it's there for you. Okay, so pile 2, that's your reading. Thank you for watching. Do like it if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey there, pile 3, welcome. If you picked the cornelian crystal, this reading is for you for this full moon in Leo. Now, when I was shuffling your first card, pile 3, it took a while for it to come out. So I want to see what we got going on. Okay, healing. That makes sense. All right, pile 3 for you, the energies coming in for this full moon for you are obviously are going to be healing, but there's a purification that's happening for you. The energies are coming in to just clarify, to purify. And I feel like for you, pile 3, for the most part, it's going to be pretty gentle and slow. But part of it is, it's like the energies are asking you to be gentle and slow with yourself, to take it step by step, allow it all to transpire, and so forth. But it's almost like, and I know I'm totally contradicting myself, but it's almost like, you know, it's almost like it's going to be, the energies are really impacting you, so they might be pretty intense, but soft. Does that make sense? Because it's almost like, I'll give you an example, and this might be important or a key for your physical reality during this time, which is you can still be soft and strong and intense at the same time. So that's kind of what I feel like the energies are with you. So you're being asked to kind of go light and easy during this full moon, pile 3, because it's like, yes, with pile 2, if you're coming from pile 2, that's a message for you as well, pile 2. But for you, pile 3, it's like you may feel like you need to be alone, because it's a time of you and creator, pile 3. It's time for you to just kind of like be in the quiet, to kind of take a step back from the world and just be in the ethers, so to speak. If you don't know what I mean, I'll give you an example. Like being in nature, you kind of become one with nature. Being in water, swimming in a pool or swimming in like the ocean, if you have that luxury, or taking a bath, you know, just being in the water. There's something about you just kind of merging with the energies and allowing the energies to kind of like fill you up and then take out the old, fill you up, take out the old, kind of like, you know, waves coming on shore. You may feel like, I feel like you're going to be having some throat and heart activations. Pile 3, why do I keep saying 2? Pile 3, heart activations and throat. It's like it's starting through the heart and it's magnifying through the throat for you. Oh, I never noticed that before. I always thought that, I think it's a candle. And interesting that it's a red candle. Okay. Yeah, it's lighting you up from the inside out, the energies. And as a result, it's lighting you up, lightening you up. So you may have felt like in the past you've been heavy, right? The way that you've been moving through life, or the circumstances that have been in your way, but you're moving into the light. And I know I've said this with other piles too, but it's like it's a progress, it's a process. Pile 3, and you're moving more and more into the lighter aspects of your journey. And so you're still releasing some of that old stuff. So you're asked to be light, because not only is that heart is being activated, but it's opening up that throat. You may feel the need to speak or breathe. That was a message for pile 1 and 2 as well. But also be with yourself. I feel like meditation is really key for you, pile 3. If you have that time and space, that full moon, that time of the full moon would be perfect, because it's really just charging you. It's really purifying and charging you. From a mental standpoint, I feel like pile 3, you're going to have moments where your mind will be crystal clear. You're being asked to really recognize it. Because when you recognize it, it opens up the opportunity for more moments of that. Being in the space between the noise. And you're going to, like I said, you're going to have moments of that. So cherish it, savor it, enjoy every second of it, because those moments are really, really important for the energy update that's happening for you. You're going through an update, or an upgrade, I should say. All right, very, very important. So now let's go into the energy oracle deck to see what other messages want to come through for you for pile 3, please, Spirit, for this full moon in Leo. Is it this way or this way? Okay. Both? Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Pile 3, the energies coming through for you are really opening up your solar plexus as well, I'm getting. And it's also like releasing old karmic wounds that have been holding you back. That's the purification down here. Okay, so it's really opening that up. Now you may feel like you don't know where to go, what to do, an opinion of a situation, and that's okay. They're saying just kind of let it go and just allow yourself to be in the energies. Okay, notice how she's upright and he's the opposite, like it's almost like a yin and a yang. Why? You may feel pile 3, like you want to move on and you want to keep going and you have things to do, but this is your thing to do. You're releasing the old karmic ties that have been holding you back and that have been keeping you from expressing your joy, being in your power, really being the creator that you are. And like I said, it has to do with the old karmic connections that you've had in the past. And there have been like old wounds that have been holding you back, tying you up. That's coming up to be released, pile 3. And it could be, and I feel like a lot of it is relationships, old patterns of relationships that you may have been experiencing that are coming up to be, oh, weird, I'm hearing revitalized. So you may have someone that may be coming back into your world, pile 3, but it's like they're not who they once were. Be open to what they're showing you. And you'll know that you're open. Let me rephrase that. You will be open, pile 3. You will be open when you've cleared out that when you've opened up that solar plexus. It's like when you realize your power and your grace and the magnitude of your strength, you'll start to see things differently. You'll start to really amplify that heart and really, really just be here. Not in fear, not in the mind, but be here in the present moment to see what's truly happening, or what has truly happened, and how it's been for you and not to you. There's some sort of divine orchestration that's been happening for you, pile 3, and you may not have seen it because of you being tied down and that solar plexus being really constricted. It's almost like there's been like a rope tied around, like almost like this, but tighter. But it's like it's coming off, not allowing you to move forward. And it could be that shadow element that you're walking away from. There may be some addictions that may be popping up for you to release, pile 3. And it may be one that brings you great joy, let me tell you. But there's something, it's like you're leaving that stuff behind, the stuff that you would do in the past state, in that state where, you're not now, in that heavier state that no longer applies now. You're going through a massive transformation, pile 3, a massive one. Give yourself that space and that time. There's part of like your divine masculine and divine feminine that is being healed. The feminine aspect, which is the receiver aspect of you, is really getting in tuned with your power, with the stillness, with the peace. And that masculine aspect of you that's where that solar plexus energy is coming from. You got a 10 and you got a 10. I know it looks like a 6, but for you it's a 10. For me it's a 10. You got 2 10s going on there, and they're like mirror reflections, but these two, it's like a yin and a yang. That solar plexus energy is connected to your shadows element, or your masculine, or the combination of the two, pile 3. And that aspect is being released. Hallelujah. Okay, because you have something coming your way. There's connections that want to come to you, but it's like you have to release those old wounds, all right, which they're releasing thanks to that full moon. So you can really be in that empowered state and attract those caring connections, those people that fill you up, because you're filled up. Okay, So we're going to end this reading with the Energy Oracle deck. Energy Oracle, no, I'm sorry, the Ascendant Masters. Okay, so pile 3, there's like a dog walking by, obviously with his owner, but the dog looks like a wolf to me. And he's just walking by, and I heard the word I heard internally the word loyal. There's certain people in your life, well, 2 messages with it. There's certain people in your life, pile 3, that are loyal to you. And it could be that maybe you're not seeing it or recognizing it within them, but you know the answer to that, right? And then there's some that you know are loyal to you, but you're not fully recognizing it. Appreciating it may be a better word. And you're being asked to pay attention to those things. It's the light, right? So paying attention to those that are really loyal to you. The other message with that is you've been doing life alone. For those lone wolves of you out there, you've been doing life alone. And one question that may pop up is why? There's a healing that's happening to help bring you to a more empowered state, okay, to help bring in your soul tribe, to help bring in your people. There's an internal wound. It could be from childhood, and that's why you've been alone. It could be how you see yourself, experiences that you've been through. You know the answer to that. But during this full moon, or as a result of it, what's going to be popping up for you is, it just feels like it's just those wounds for you to release it, so you can really bring in those people those caring connections. Detach from drama. Bottom of the deck. Detach from drama. Okay. So, final cards for you. For pile 3, please, Spirit. Final message for this full moon. Love it. Work your magic, Saint Germain. The violet fire energies. You are doing a lot of transmutation, a lot of transmuting of old patterns. I'm getting a lot of karmic stuff with you, pile 3, that you're really releasing. And a lot of it, some of it, part of it has to do with your ancestral line that you came in to clear. Okay, don't take any of it personally, pile 3, and don't you're here to release this stuff, okay? And so if you need some help with releasing stuff, if there's certain moments that get heavy or it's hard for you to stay balanced, call in the violet fire, call in Saint Germain for help, because they're strengthening. These energies are strengthening your Merkaba. It's strengthening your energetic framework, if that makes sense. Father, husband, brother, and son. Yeah. And then we have, check that out, we have mother, wife, sister, daughter. It's the masculine, feminine. Interesting. And they're both in reverse. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Pile 3, you may be doing a deep dive during this full moon and going through your mother, father wounds. Okay, just to do that final release, that womb healing. It's all good. And part of it is just you releasing and you clearing up that divine masculine, the divine feminine, the dissonance between both halves and merging it together. Okay, oh, and then look, that's almost like an infinity, yeah? Or is that just my eyes? Okay, so pile 3, some serious work that you're doing during this full moon. Like for you, I feel like you're actively making the shifts during this time. So know that if things aren't moving forward, let me tell you, they are moving forward energetically, because this time is for you to do this work. You're doing this work. You're creating balance. between the energies within you and around you, and shifting your world as a result. Okay, so pile 3, you got lots of blessings coming your way, all right? So enjoy the full moon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Do give it a like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.